when I was 20, something like that, 20, I started studying atrocity, right? And so I've always been interested in the Holocaust, Auschwitz in particular, but it's a very particular interest. Like evil, Nazi Germany, Auschwitz, prison guard who enjoyed his work, right? Because my question was, how could you be an Auschwitz prison guard who enjoyed his work? Now, one answer is, well, you're just like a demon from another planet who's so unlike me that I don't even have to worry about it. And that's a very convenient answer, but it's not true. Many, 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 many of the people, not all, many of the people who were involved in the Nazi atrocities were perfectly ordinary people. They were just like you. And you think, no, I wouldn't do that. It's like, that's not what the evidence suggests. The evidence suggests that the vast majority of people in Nazi Germany went along with it. Now, not all of them were dragged into the abyss itself, but plenty were. And if you think you wouldn't have been one of them, that just means it's highly likely that you would have, because you have no idea what you're capable of. There's a great book about that. It's a terrifying book called Ordinary Men. And it's about the initiation of a police battalion from Germany who went to Poland after the Germans marched into Poland. Now, these were ordinary men. They were policemen, middle-aged, who had grown up before the Nazi propaganda mill got going. Okay, so they weren't indoctrinated Nazis from like the time they were 4. They're just ordinary middle-class guys. Plus, their commander told them in Poland, when they were starting to do military work, even though they were civilian policemen, that they could go home, that they didn't have to do this job, and that there would be no repercussions. And in fact, out of the battalion, a number of men right at the beginning said, I'm not doing this, and they went home. The vast majority went along. Now, why? Okay, so now these policemen are in Poland, and they've been told a story, which is that, Germany's at war, and the reason for that is that evil Jews have conspired up a conspiracy, and they've united the Western world against us, and they're a fifth column within the country, and your patriotic duty is to root them out now that we're in Poland, and you're saving the fatherland, and there's going to be dirty work associated with it, and do you really want to leave all that to your compatriots, your companions, your guys? Because like if you and I are together, and someone that we're working for presents us with a dirty job, and I say, well, I'm not doing that, well, then I leave it to you. Mm-hmm. So there's a kind of betrayal that's built into that. Now, the guys that left thought, I don't care, I'm not doing this, but most people didn't. And part of the reason they didn't do it is because they were loyal to their peers. By the end of this, which took months, these guys were taking naked pregnant women out into the middle of fields and shooting them in the back of the head. And becoming violently ill because of doing so, and tearing themselves into shreds internally, like sick at heart, but doing it. And it's a terrible thing to look at. And I started looking at that it's 40 years ago now. It was shocking. And so what did I discover? Well, I discovered a lot of things. I discovered that the road to totalitarian hell and atrocity is paved with lies. Like lies are the pathway to hell, really, like practically and metaphysically.